You know, ladies and gentlemen, I know you've been waiting for this all night long, but I can assure you there'll definitely be quite a few face-offs tonight on this platform, especially when it comes to ROEW. And boy, ladies and gentlemen, I have been waiting for days to talk about ROEW because we saw something on Tuesday that I thought we'd never see in the backyard of the underground wrestling circuit. I'm going to talk about it. I'm also going to talk about the fact that somebody that used to own ROEW is looking to hold hostage another promotion after he defeated one of his brothers in the foundation and may actually want to change that championship's name to an ROEW title. Plus, I'm going to talk about a match that not only I'm calling, but some have called maybe the greatest match in the backyard in the underground wrestling circuit's history. And I might have an award for that. Plus, I'm going to give ROEW a pretty big award and a pretty big feat because I can tell you this is going to be worth it. Plus, I'm going to talk about everything else in the world of the backyard and the underground wrestling circuit because our guest, after all, many have called him the greatest owner in the backyard and the underground wrestling circuit in history. He is also a Hall of Famer. He is a nemesis, a man with over 120,000 followers combined on TikTok and YouTube. He was the man that led the Promo Wrestling Federation to heights no other promo federation or any other 2K game company has ever seen before. This is a man that also was the host of the Nemesis Sessions, which people still talk about those episodes. And in many ways, our guest, in some part in a way, is actually responsible for this little thing taking part next weekend called Summer Bash, which everybody's talking about right now in the backyard. Because after all, he was the first guy to give the floor to guys that are obviously a huge part of that. And yes, one of them, it's his show. And I'm sure we'll also talk about anything else that's on the mind of this man because after all, he is a tyrant king. But I can assure you when it comes to ROEW, he ain't no tyrant because ROEW is definitely prestigious. ROEW is truly the definition of all wrestling matters. And think about this, ladies and gentlemen, before we introduce our longtime friend here back to Sportswire Radio. Could you have imagined a few short months ago that in the same umbrella, in the same locker room, you would have the now outsider, Jack Delta, the headline, Aaron Blaze, and the Tyrant King, the nemesis, James Taylor, all in the same umbrella? Has hell truly frozen over? You know, last night they had a presidential debate and they couldn't figure out who won it, who's alive, who's what. But in ROEW, they seem to have gotten it right because truly ROEW right now looks like they're becoming the place to be. And ROEW, you just never know what's going to happen. That's why I want to throw it down because after all, we are in prime time, the brightest lights, the biggest stage. And it's been a hot skip in a minute since our guest has been here on Sportswire Radio in video version. And boy, I can't wait to talk with him because I got a lot to say when it comes to ROEW. And maybe we'll even take a couple of phone calls here over the next hour or so. But we'll certainly see. It has been a hot skip in a minute, as I stated, since our guest has been on this platform. And it is time to give him that introduction that he has long been waiting for. And maybe you out there watching and listening this are waiting for, and I am certainly waiting to do it also because we are kicking off another prime time worth of shows on Sportswire Radio, the #1 global radio station. Like I said, your church where all wrestling matters. So let's get right to it. So with that, without further ado, here on the Sports Report, #1 global sports show. The greatest owner in the backyard of the underground wrestling circuit. Sportswire Radio Hall of Famer, host of the Nemesis Sessions, chairman emeritus of the Promo Wrestling Federation, and the owner of ROEW. ROEW, the name. Mrs. James Taylor. My friend, long time no speak.
How are you today, Tom? You're energetic. You're fired up today.
Oh, baby, I am fired up because I have been chomping at the bit for days to talk about ROEW, because ROEW has been at the center of some of the greatest moments right now in the backyard in the underground wrestling circuit. You know, I asked myself, how could I top what I just saw at NEW's Riot in the Ring Round 2? What a phenomenal show. All the performers there put on such a great job. But then I think about it. Well, ROEW is in the house, so you better believe I'm going to be able to follow that up. You better believe I'm going to talk a heck of a lot about what I've seen, because I can't believe, James Taylor, before my very eyes. As a matter of fact, that I've seen not only you running things in ROEW, but Aaron Blaze has now decided to step foot in ROEW, his 19th promotion. And not only has he stepped in, he's also now the #1 contender to that ROEW championship against a man you have faced off in the ring. As a matter of fact, you faced him off in the ring in Tennessee last year in a company that I actually own a portion of right now, which is the Pride Wrestling Federation, that is now the outsider, Jack Delta. And I just still cannot believe it. Hell is frozen over. You, Aaron Blaze, and Jack Delta are in the same room, the same umbrella. It is certainly one for the ages here, and I want to ask your thoughts on it before I certainly dive into a heck of a lot. Maybe we'll even take some calls here over the next hour or so. What is your impressions on how the headline, Aaron Blaze, walked into ROEW, and I think he made the biggest statement of his entire career after what he did to Jack Delta? Boy, if you thought that Aaron Blaze was this big fish in a small pond, and, you know, you thought maybe he didn't go to some of the best promotions, to me, that is all thrown out the window. Because I think, James Taylor, for my money, the best segment in the backyard in the underground wrestling circuit of 2024 has to be what I just saw, a face-off between Aaron Blaze and the outsider, Jack Delta.
You've basically hit the nail right on the head, Tom. See, the thing that I've imagined since now taking full ownership of ROEW Wrestling in Michigan, of all places, totally out of my comfort zone because I'm from the South, so I'm running a company that's up north. And beside the point, my vision for a product, and that's any product, and this is in underground and backyard wrestling now, it's the fact of creating moments. Moments that people are going to talk about, moments that people won't ever really forget, and entertainment satisfaction guaranteed, like I said in my promo last night. And you know something, that was a big thing last night, Tom. I delivered that promo. I decided to make my announcement. It wasn't really even a promo. I was just speaking from the heart. It ended up being 7 minutes, but I had a lot to talk about. And I delivered that, and it's just going like balls to the wall on Instagram. People messaging me left and right, liking it, sharing it. I mean, it's spreading like wildfire because I just signed probably one of the biggest talents out there in the industry today, in the backyard scene.
Absolutely.
Mr. Aaron Blaze.
Oh, I mean, to have signed him and then to have made him the #1 contender. I mean, this is a guy, Aaron Blaze. You know, I've watched him. I've covered him in a few of those promotions. But to see him here in this company, he has done a lot. He's done a lot of great things. But to see him here in ROEW and then to have made such an impact. I mean, this is one of the greatest impacts anybody has ever made in debuting into a promotion. This is just, I mean, James Taylor, what you are doing here in ROEW is absolutely just genius. I mean, you guys are just literally at the forefront of revolutionary things.
We've already grown almost 100 subscribers.
I saw 720 plus already, on the way to 1,000. When you took over the company, look at where it was, and you guys are right now on, I think, the path to going to 1,000 very soon. Could be in a month.
It was just when I acquired ROEW, it was just a tiny bit over 600. Now we're
Yep.
a little bit over 700. And this is only a month and a half, 2 months in since I've taken control of the situation.
30
And
alone this
we're
week. 30 alone. 30
yeah,
subscribers alone have said, you know what? We want to go and watch ROEW. 30 subscribers alone this week.
yeah. And what does that tell you? What does that tell you? That means ratings are going through the roof. We're getting more views onto the product because we want to deliver the best in all of backyard and underground wrestling. We're going to be the place that everybody in the underground and backyard circuit wants to be because ROEW is exactly what I said, and I'm a man of my word. It's going to be on the map and it's going to continue to transcend. It doesn't matter what happens. We're going to create moments, but let's talk about one moment.
Oh,
Face
yes,
Off,
yes.
the premiere show
I'm
Face
putting that
Off.
up on the screen in a couple of minutes. Let's go for it.
And
Let's go.
there's the Instagram. Follow it if you haven't followed it. I promise you, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done it. I promise you, Tom can promise you, satisfaction guaranteed. You're going to absolutely love it because this isn't where the big boys play. This is where the real passion, the real enthusiasm, the real wrestling is actually going to take place and the real stories that make the most sense. We're not just gimmick infringements. No, we are true talents. This is where people want to be to make their name. I'm helping the platform grow into more of a platform for these younger guys to get in here, Tom, and do what they do. Aaron Blaze, he's had a hell of a career so far in his 6 years or whatever. He's young. He's still getting his feet wet, in my opinion. But I think he just made the biggest choice of his life
I think
by
he
coming
made the
in.
best move of his career. I
Yes.
love what Aaron Blaze has done in a lot of promotions. He has done a great job as the UWA Heritage Champion. He was in some other places. He's had his own Fed. He's done a great job. But to me, he went from before being this big fish in a small pond or, going to places that didn't know what to do with him to whereas now he has arrived. To me, Aaron Blaze has finally arrived in prime time, the brightest lights, the biggest stage. And what a way he arrived. To me, this is what Aaron Blaze should have been doing throughout his career. But you know what? He certainly did a lot to get to where he is today. And now he's here and he's arrived, as I stated, in quite a big way.
Yeah, exactly on the money. See, that's what I do as an owner to prove all these other federations and these little companies wrong. More power to them. Have all the subscribers, get all the talent that you want that want to go there. But this is a place where fairness is number one. So not only was it a great career move for Aaron Blaze to come to ROEW and I signed him, but it was also great for ROEW as well. It's what right now is best for business. As one of the old man that I really admire, one guy that no, not Stone Cold, but another guy who's running WWE. But it's really that it's best for business, and the best thing for ROEW right now is Aaron Blaze coming into ROEW and challenging Jack Delta.
What a dream match. This is a match that, we've talked about on this platform. This is a match that a lot of people have been dying to see. And, James Taylor, I'm going to go out there and say it. We'll put the video up shortly of what we saw a few days ago on Face Off between Mr. Delta and Mr. Blaze. But I think this match, for my money, again, people can say whatever they want. There's a lot of comments right now. People are dying to hear this. But for my money, James Taylor is the host of the Sports Report, the owner of Sportzwire Radio, the only platform where figuratively and literally all wrestling matters, the owner of the Promo Wrestling Federation, also one of the owners of the Pride Wrestling Federation, the Reverend Tom Bryce. The match between Jack Delta and Aaron Blaze isn't just for the ROEW Championship. I think it's to decide who is the greatest traveling wrestler that the backyard and the underground wrestling circuit has ever seen.
I think that might be the case, and it really just depends on what's going to happen. I mean, when some of these people who haven't seen it yet, you and me have, but in that promo, when they were going back and forth on each other when they first met in the ring last Friday or last Tuesday or whenever it was on Face Off, these guys were delivering passionate promos, and they were speaking from their heart, and they were speaking from that soul. They were putting it
I saw
all out
Jack
there
Delter and
to
Aaron
show
Blaze like
it.
I've never seen them before. I mean, listen, Jack's
Right.
going to be here at midnight, but I never saw Jack
Because
Delton and
this,
Aaron Blaze the way I did on the Tuesday show. We're going to play it. I mean, it was unbelievable.
it's because of the fact of this is going to be the biggest moment in a way, not really for Jack Delta, so to speak, but mostly the biggest moment for Aaron Blaze, because he's wrestled a lot of talent. Yes, he has. But this is the biggest opportunity he's ever gotten. And when I signed the contract for him, when I pulled up the contract and then he signed it and agreed to it, he agreed to what he's going to do here in ROEW, and he wanted the best that he could get, and he went straight for the biggest dog in the yard right now.
Now,
That
I
being
know
Jack
we
Delta.
have a call, and I'm going to take this call right now. So if you want to call in right now on Sportswire Radio, we're at 347-282-7735. Caller, you're on the line with James Taylor, the owner of ROEW, and yours truly, your voice figuratively and literally, where all wrestling matters. And tell us, who are you and what's on your mind?
You know who it is. It's the Bitcoin billionaire Chase Wakefield.
How you doing, Chase? What's on your mind tonight? What can we do for you on a Friday night in prime time, my man?
I figured give a call. Big fan of James Taylor here. Phenomenal guy here. But I had one question for Mr. James Taylor, and that is, when does the Bitcoin billionaire show up on ROEW?
So Mr. Taylor, Chase Wakefield is going right for the jugular live in primetime. He wants his shot in ROEW. This is what shows you. You know what, James? Chase Wakefield saw a Tuesday show. He saw what happened between Aaron Blaze and Jack Delta. He's a Pennsylvania guy. And he said, you know what? After watching that, why not the door be open for a guy like myself, a guy that has traveled, a guy that's been in different places, a guy that's made his name on the independents, a guy that's gone out there and been, well, a Bitcoin billionaire. Chase Wakefield, I mean, you know what? After seeing what Aaron Blaze did, why not two Pennsylvania guys in ROEW, James? What do you think?
I mean, it sounds like something. It sounds like money. It smells like money too.
Well,
I
he's
mean,
worth a lot of money. He's not Bitcoin.
He said
He's a Bitcoin
billionaire.
billionaire.
He said billionaire and Bitcoin
I
billionaire.
think he owns it. Well, if you're a billionaire, which comes out to Bitcoin, the exact 1 billion, I'm pretty sure that means you own like 3,000 Bitcoins, give or take. So you would obviously know a lot about that, Chase.
I mean, Chase, I mean, if you want to just slip over like 2 or 3 Bitcoins over to James Taylor, I mean, I'd love to talk to you and talk some business with you. I'm not a hard man to find. I'm right here, obviously, but DM me on Instagram, DM me on TikTok, on
Taft _
YouTube.
Taylor on Instagram, Taft
There you
Taylor,
go.
YouTube, TikTok.
Yep.
Also, if you want to also talk on ROEW's pages, ROEW Backyard Wrestling, Instagram, YouTube, also TikTok, ROEW Backyard Wrestling. So let's talk some shop. Let's talk business, I guess, Chase.
I'm all for it. I just got one more thing to say before I get out of here. I know you're busy, man.
No. You're a Bitcoin billionaire.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But I will say I do support James Taylor no matter what. If he's a heel or a face, I will support him.
Well, you know what? Chase, it sounds like, I hope to see you in ROEW TV. Maybe, am I missing something, Chase? Am I going to see you on Face Off next week? Is this what it is? Am I being pranked and you're going to basically set this up for you're going to be on Face Off? Is this what it is, Chase? Because, I mean, I'm always good for a prank or two.
It is professional wrestling, so I would say anything can happen, but I will not promise anything.
You cannot, as one of my buddies in politics used to always say, I cannot confirm nor deny. So that's what you'll probably tell us.
Yep.
I'm going to let you guys go here. I'll be still watching Sportswire Radio. I'm loving the show so far. Keep it up.
I appreciate that, my man. I definitely want to see you soon, and thank you so much for your call. We'll see you at the Enterprise and Amplified show tomorrow. Vinny Mania, Rocky's Pizza in beautiful West Virginia. Free show. Have a slice. Watch the guys in the ring. A lot of great guys are going to be out there from different places. Chase will be there. Go check him out. Follow Enterprise and Amplified Wrestling. Kid Mike and Van Hansen always do a great job, and I'll see you soon, my man.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
All right, that was but James Taylor. You come back in a big way. You got a phone call, and I even hear through the grapevine you get another call here in about 5 or 10 minutes from a man. Some would say that you actually had a part in their career, and hence, therefore, Summer Bash. Who lost the championship to a title at a man that you took a title away from him in ROEW. And if you do want to give us a call, 347-282-7735. Don't be shy on Sportswire Radio. Give us a call.
What about these comments? What about these comments?
Let's get to the comments first. So hang out on calls. I got a lot of people that want to obviously talk. Let's get to the people here first. Chase Wakefield, we just heard from. Zilla is here as always. How you doing, Zilla? And also, if you haven't yet, hit the sub button for ROEW. Hit the sub button for us here on Sportswire Radio. We're almost both at 1,000 subscribers, so let's get us both to 1,000. Let's support those that support us. And D'Angelo the Flame, what a phenomenal match he just had against D Savage. Match of the year candidate, by the way. I mean, with what he and D Savage did in the main event of Riot in the Ring Round 2, I am so excited to see what he does against Jake Dvorak next week in Round 3 of the tournament. NEW Underground Wrestling, those guys are kicking ass, and we were so happy to have all the guys there. D Savage was here Wednesday. The Surge, Power Surge was here. We also had Jake Dvorak. I mean, we've got so many guys from NEW that have been here in the past few days. We want to make sure we support them.
What's up, D'Angelo?
How about another guy, the essential one, Rob Slater, who, by the way, some would say had a hand in your, I guess, man that you took away ROEW from Jason Storm, the Cyclone, and winning that ROEW championship from the essential one, Rob Slater, who is tall as a glass of water, says hello. Having a great start to the weekend. Looking forward to this interview. Always great content with James Taylor. And Rob did a great job out there. XCW had a great show. Extreme King. I have Julian Void Jacobs Sunday. He's the new EBW champion. I'm sure a lot of people were happy he took that title away from Jackson Law. But obviously, Rob is here. Great show the guys put up there. Also, another guy, my very good buddy, Mr. Ox McCoy. And I want to give also Ox my prayers continued because Ox, unfortunately, last weekend lost his father. So please, if anybody out there would like to give him some prayers and
prayers to you, buddy.
Please. Ox is a good man. He's been a supporter of us. He does a great job in the IMF. One of those great guys we see in the hardcore deathmatch circuit. Sean Jovi. Obviously, I think we might be having a conversation with Sean Jovi on Sportswire and off the air with us about the Promo Wrestling Federation very soon. The echo has been fixed, so we can worry about that another time. Andrew Lovelace, another guy from beautiful Pennsylvania. He's our resident DJ on Sportswire Radio. He's going to be there at the Enterprise Amplified Wrestling Show tomorrow over at Rocky's Pizza, Vinny Mania. Hello, gentlemen. And Shane Davidson says, hello, what does this guy have to say? Now you'll have to find out and tune in. But by the way, I do want to wish Shane a very happy birthday. I'm going to wish him a happy birthday, though. He had a birthday this past Monday, and I still wish him well.
Love you, buddy. Love you.
I think that's your affectionate way, huh? ROEW, I couldn't agree with you more. It just keeps getting better and better and better. Absolutely no question about that.
That's because we know what we're doing here. That's why.
We got great guys. JX, Jason Storm. Alex Cross is even improving. Alex Cross is coming a long way. His match, his match with Jason Storm was, he's come a long way. And Chase Wakefield made his chase clear where he wants to go. Want to say hello to Mr. John Trucker. John is a big-time streamer like you. He's got over 3,300 subscribers on YouTube. He twitches on also out there. He does on Fortnite gaming. He's got a big following. And he just randomly watched my show with Osiris from ESW Shockwave. And here we are. And I speak to him regularly. He comes on the show. And I got to get you on here, John. We got to get you on and talk some streaming. So I definitely want to get you on here. Definitely come on here. And also, Rob Slater's making his case. If you want talent and a big name, an essential one, he spelled essential wrong, but this is what it is, James. This is why it's showing that you're the greatest owner in the backyard in the underground wrestling circuit because guys are coming out of the woodworks now. They want to come to ROEW. Rob Slater, who has the second longest tag team run of any champion in XCW history, who cost Omen Black that DKW World Heavyweight Championship, now he's decided that he might want to take his talents to Michigan.
I mean, never say never, right? Rob, I think, recognizes a great product when he sees it because I'm not going to run you into the ground and promise you things and then not deliver. You come to ROEW if it happens, and that's for anybody. I promise you, satisfaction guaranteed. I can't say that enough. And that's not just for the fans. That's for the guys and the talent as well.
Absolutely no question about that. I want to say hello to everybody out there who is now live with us on the Promo Wrestling Federation YouTube page and the Pride Wrestling Federation YouTube page. Also, yep, hit the like button for us. Hit the sub button for us. I want to get to 1,000. I want ROEW to get
Hit
to
them
1,000. That's
likes.
why I've left that link there. Yes,
Hit them
Andrew.
likes.
Andrew have the call line, and a man that obviously is still recovering out there, Jacob Collins. Me and James Taylor have been in talks. I'm recovering well and should be back very soon. Me and CJ Black are far from done. And,
That's
you know,
absolutely true. He
and
actually,
CJ
the
Black,
man,
by the way, I mean, lost to C Money. And, you know, obviously a lot of people are talking about that. And, you know, before he gets the opportunity to speak with Aaron Blaze and Jack Delta, the good guy lost a tough one there in rather ungood guy like fashion.
he lost round one of the Prestige Championship that we got going on. A new title that I created. That's one of the things that I'm doing as an owner. I'm creating things. I'm building talent. I'm building the bricks and laying it down layer by layer until I get the house built that I want to give to the audience and give back to the community, because this is all wrestling matters, Tom. So
I
Jacob
couldn't agree with you
Collins.
more, and that's what it's about. You know, Jake Dvorak takes the bull by the horns and creates the All Wrestling Matters Hardcore Championship. Sean Jovi's got the All Wrestling Matters World Championship. ROEW's got open borders, open collaboration. We've got Summer Bash next weekend. Riot in the Ring took place here. And I got another call here, so let me get this caller on the line. So we're going to introduce the caller. So, caller, you're on the line here with the Reverend Tom Bryce and
You want to
also none
take
other than
the
the ROEW owner, James Taylor. Tell us, who are you and what's on your mind?
I heard about the new title, and I'm very interested. This is Andrew Lovelace.
So Andrew Lovelace, the DJ Dirty White Boy, of course, our DJ of Sportswire Radio. You heard yesterday's show about that hardcore championship, and you were interested in that title, huh? And I hear they're going to be having a tournament for it next month in August. Oh, the Prestige title. Oh, the All Wrestling Matters hardcore title. But that Prestige title, well, they're having a tournament for that already. I don't know. James, could you want to talk a little bit about the Prestige tournament? Andrew has a question on that.
So we have our slots filled for the first tournament, and there will be a new champion crowned with the superstars that are in it currently right now. C Money is advanced; he's the first guy. But stay tuned to the next face-off and episodes after that, and you'll see the next rounds as they go. And then when we get our new champion, then we're going to be having. We'll go from there, but we're going to be having matches to determine a number one contender to challenge the new champion. So stay tuned to that.
I'll definitely make a trip to Michigan for that.
Well, we'd love to see you out there. And I know you're going to be out there tomorrow as well, like Chase at Vinnie Mania for Enterprise and Amplified Wrestling. And, you know, Andrew, I'd love to see you in ROEW. You know, obviously fellow Pennsylvanians like Aaron Blaze are there now. And, you know, ROEW is a happening place. And maybe it needs a be-all. Maybe it needs a guy that's obviously might want to test his skills, where it seems like
The idea of the Prestige title.
it fits you well in what you do and kind of who you are in the ring a little bit. I mean, you know,
Yeah, it's how I work, how I live in that ring.
and
I
who
definitely want to be able to. I want to set my goals on that sometime even after the tournament.
well, maybe James and you can have a conversation off the air sometime and maybe talk about a potential collaboration and you going down there to Michigan. Maybe that's something that James and you can chat about. James is on Instagram at Taff_Taylor, Taff Taylor on YouTube and TikTok. And I'm sure, connect you to Mr. Taylor. And Mr. Taylor's here right now. Anything else do you want to add to him?
No, I love the product. I follow it. I study everybody that I can. Even in the middle of logging ring time, I'm constantly watching videos, trying to study as much as I can, you know.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to certainly find out and
Thank you
see.
for watching.
Thank you for watching, and thank you for your support. I know we're going to see you after Summer Bash. You're going to be down there next weekend as well in Bremen, Ohio, and I know you're going to be here the following week. And after Summer Bash is over, we're here, and I think we're on the 9th, right? We're on July 9th. We're on the air with you, and we're going to talk a lot about Summer Bash itself and your opponent, Nicholas Crenson. I know we're having a show on July 4th about Summer Bash, and I'm looking forward to seeing that, and maybe you and ROEW. Who knows? All right, my friend. Thank you for all that you do for us. I'm rooting for you tomorrow in the ring over there at Enterprise and Amplified. Obviously, go give them a follow, and I'll talk with you soon.
All right, thank you, Joe.
And the calls aren't done because we have somebody else to call. It's on his show, and I got to put him on the line before we come back to ROEW. And it's none other than the boogeyman of the Midwest, the hardcore god, Mr. Omen Black, who unfortunately we were going to talk about you in a few minutes anyway because you lost that for the ROEW's Jason Storm took your DKW championship. But how you feeling, Mr. Omen?
Jason, Tom. It wasn't Jason who beat me. It was a coward piece of shit, Rob Slater. And I swear to God, Rob, I know you're listening to this. Just wait till Summer Bash. I'm gonna rip your goddamn head off. But James, how you doing?
How you doing, Omen?
Oh, I'm livid. I'm livid. See,
I understand.
ROEW. I blame that fucking gross. Dwight dare say Indiana XCW talent. No, he's not talented enough. He can't build his own fucking nickname right. The piece of shit Rob Slater has been involved in my fucking match, costing my title, and now Jason Storm wants to talk shit about it. I don't fucking like that, James. I don't like it one fucking bit. Now, Jason Storm, I get a rematch. So, just be prepared for that title to be on the line at fucking Summer Bash.
Omen, I'd like to retort and say that, I mean, it's unfortunate that you did lose because of that situation. I was actually, I hate to say it, I know Jason Storm's one of my talents, but honestly, I was enjoying the fact of watching you torture him like the dog that he is. And I would have loved for you to have torn his head off, but I felt like you were holding back on him a little bit because he's a Foundation member.
See, I thought we had a mutual agreement, James. You know what? I felt the power of the Tyrant King on my shoulders that night. So I want to thank you for that. But you know, I thought me and Jason had an agreement, like, oh, we're brothers. There's gonna be a friendly spar. Whoever wins, it doesn't matter. But no, he wants to use dirty tactics. He wants to have this whole handshake in the middle of the ring at the beginning of the match, and then cock me in the fucking face with a goddamn heavy fist. You know, and he cheated. I didn't know he had to be that fucking slippery. Couldn't get him up.
That's because he's a piece of trash.
He's a goddamn piece of trash, and so is that goddamn motherfucker Rob Slater. Sorry, Tom.
It's your show, Omen, so really you're just correcting yourself, that's all.
No wonder fucking such beat ya.
Well, maybe we'll talk more here soon.
There's something else you want to address, Omen. I know that you were talking backstage, and there was something else you wanted to get off your chest. I know we're going to see you on July 4th. There'll be plenty of fireworks then. And also to remind the audience, Saturday night, night 2 of Summer Bash, you're going to see a match live on Sportswire Radio to be streamed in real time from Bremen, Ohio. You're going to see it here live. I'm going to be on the call for it. It's a match that really, James, we had a hand in. Craven Rage versus Omen Black. It's finally happening nearly after a year and a half. And I know, Omen, you wanted to get a few things off your chest on that. Can't even get audio and video fixed on his company's product. Yeah, I got it. I know.
I'm not gonna waste my time making trash like that. I'm not. So everyone paying attention, listen closely. I'm not facing Craven Rage at Summer Bash at all.
You're not?
I'm not gonna waste my time while I gotta deal with pieces of shit like Jason Storm, Rob Slater, and goddamn whoever fucking else was getting in my goddamn way.
So what do you mean? So we're not seeing the match then next Saturday? You and Craven Rage?
Hell no. You will not see Omen Black versus Craven Rage one fucking bit.
So after all this, it seems like it's not going to happen. So what are we going to see from you then on night 2?
You're going to see me just relax.
Are you going to have a nice time there? You're going to maybe pet...
Get in the ladder match. After I whoop Rob Slater's ass. Oh, I forgot Anthony Steele. I go against him in the qualifier match. That's easy. Already been there, done that. So I'm just going to take the night off and get ready for the All Wrestling Matters ladder match.
Well, that's obviously a lot there on your plate, and that's okay. Then, we'll certainly, I guess, not see it. I don't know. I'm sure if the world will understand, and you have your reasons. And is there anything else you want to get off your chest?
You know what? I like Weekend Warfare, James. I really did.
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving what ROEW is doing right now. Loving it.
Appreciate it. And I liked your match with Jason Storm, and I've watched Jashawn Jovi and that one guy go at it.
Prince of
I've
Cheetah.
watched some of the summer heat so far. I haven't got to watch the main event
And Justin
yet.
Parsley and Soldier was just uploaded before we went on the air, and Soldier
Yeah.
defeated Justin Parsley, but did chaos certainly unfold after that? That doesn't sound like those guys are still done with each other. And by the way, Soldier's going to be here Monday night to be inducted into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame for a second time after he successfully retained his IMF World title against Justin Parsley, the only 3-time Sportswire Radio Hall of Famer. But I won't mention that to Omen because it's your show, Omen.
You just did.
I know. I just did it live. What can I say? But I'm sure we'll see you Monday. I'm sure you'll make an appearance. I'm sure, Mr. Parsley will have a few words to say. I have no doubt. I'm sure he'll be lurking.
Can you move
This
this
Monday.
comment?
I'm not gonna waste my time watching piece of trash like.
Oh, there you go. Who felt like it was on my chest? Couldn't breathe.
All right, Omen. Well, you know what? I'm looking forward to whatever it may be. I'm sure we'll see you, no doubt, on Monday. We're going to get with the rest of the show.
You'll see me on Thursday when myself, Soldier GP, Darkron, Matthew Forsaken are gonna join you on Sportswire the night before Summer Bash.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm definitely excited about that.
Essentially on the road to Summer Bash.
And the road to Summer Bash coverage will continue throughout the week on Sportswire Radio. It'll kick off for us on Monday with Soldier GP. It'll be Thursday with all the guys down there in Ohio. We'll have some form of coverage night too. And I know Andrew Lovelace will be here after the show itself, and he'll talk about his experiences. We'll have, I'm sure, a slew of other great talents. And Omen, I'm going to certainly let you run because I got a lot of comments here and people want to join in the conversation.
Thank you, James, and Rob Slater, go fuck yourself.
That was Omen Black, the IMF Hardcore Champion, and boy, did he have a lot to say, James. I'm still trying to digest it, but I got a lot of comments here. Want to say hello to Jack Spade, the icon Jack Spade. Good evening and beyond, the new gentleman. Reminds me of Infinity and Beyond. Was that Toy Story, James? Was that Toy Story?
To infinity and beyond.
And Omen still doesn't like Rob Slater. And Rob Slater wants to say hello, Omen. I'll be seeing you soon, in the words of John Wick. Also,
man.
Shane Davidson said he's not friends with you. I don't know if you're necessarily worried about that too much.
Okay, Mr. 12 years. How you doing, though, buddy?
Okay, I'm going to move on to some of this.
Rob, I'm not into... Okay.
I'll cost Omen more than that title by the time I'm done with him. He will be just a distant memory when I'm done. There is Mr. Darkron. We're going to see him Thursday night. How's it going, fellas? Maybe we will run up to ROEW and get the DKW title back. Interesting, because the guys aren't too far away from ROEW. That could be a possibility. Omen wants to say, Rob, you cost me a case of beer and a bottle of whiskey. Me and Mrs. Parsley had to drink the anger away so I didn't kill you before you hit the state line. Just wait now until Summer Bash. I am not getting in the middle of that. Want to say hello to one of your fellow, obviously, front office personnel, and Hillbilly Tilly from the Alliance Wrestling. He's their general manager. They have a big show tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens there at Endgame. He says, howdy, fellas. He just shared our show on X, by the way. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know if people hear the callers or not. Unfortunately, I try to put, some people say they hear it, some people say they don't. It's just whatever it is, but we'll try to basically parcel it for you. Come Summer Bash, I'll cost you another title. Rematch against Storm, I'll have to have a front row for that. Omen, I'll see you at Summer Bash. James, have that contract ready, because once you witness what I do to Omen, you got a lot of people coming to ROEW that just never before. I mean, it's just so wild. James, for all the talk about you, I mean, it seems like everybody now wants to come to ROEW.
Because I'm a man of my word, and I always back up what I say. I'm not full of shit, according to some people. Not all people, just a few certain people. Probably count on one hand list without laying out some names. And this is the last I'll say of it. But they have an issue with me because they think that I have the big ego. When now I don't even care about none of that, because I'm just going to prove my point and show how to run a real company. So before too long, I wouldn't doubt if this time next year we have 8,000 or 9,000 subscribers.
I'll tell you what. I mean, look at how far ROEW has come. We said 30 new subscribers in the past week, over 100 since you took over the company. At this rate, the company's going to easily break 1,000 in a few months. You could be looking at 1,500 by the end of the year, 2,000 maybe at this time. So, yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, you worked in Tennessee. You're in TBW. You know how it goes. You were there in TBW with what? They had 2,000 subscribers, give or take. And look at where TBW is now. I mean, so absolutely anything is possible. You could definitely see ROEW with 5,000, 6,000 subscribers. And I think a lot of people would be very happy to see that. And I'm very happy to see ROEW coverage on Sportswire Radio. And, you know, James, it's actually a good time because I actually have something I want to present to ROEW before we come back to Jack Delta and Aaron Blaze coverage. You know, ROEW has been doing so many great things. Weekend Warfare's got already, 600 or 700 views. The face-off between Delta and Aaron Blaze has already drawn nearly 500 views. The amount of likes, it's just, I've never seen the amount of support that ROEW is getting. And since we know that Jack Delta, your champion, is going to be here in a couple of hours from now, I think, James, in your role as the owner, the greatest owner right now in the backyard, the underground wrestling circuit, I'd like to present to you something that I would hope that you'd be able to give, not only for the board of directors, but also for the talent and yourself. I actually have something that I would like to present to you on behalf of everybody in ROEW. If you would allow me to put this on the screen, of course.
Yes, please.
Well, I'm glad you said so, because today, on this date, June 28th, 2024, it has been acknowledged as ROEW Day on all Sportswire Radio platforms. You got my signature, so that means on YouTube at Sportswire Radio 6579, Twitch at Sportswire Radio, X at Thomas Price 2017, SportswireRadio.org, Facebook at Sportswire Radio, Facebook at Tom Bryce, even LinkedIn, Instagram at The Sports Report 2021, even the Promo Wrestling Federation page, the Pride Wrestling Federation page, all of those Sportswire Radio platforms under our umbrella, even Tumblr at Sportswire Radio. It is officially ROEW Day. How about it, James Taylor? I mean, this is just couldn't get any better. What ROEW has done here this last week, I mean, it is really, we're seeing some real companies really get All Wrestling Matters. We've seen what the gang is doing in NEW with the Riot in the Ring Round 2, the All Wrestling Matters Hardcore Championship. You just heard from Omen. Summer Bash is next weekend. Obviously, Weekend Warfare. We've seen all the success, the outpouring of that. Aaron Blaze. I'd even dare say Jason Storm winning the DKW title with BYW, everything they're doing. You may not agree, but the facts are, what a week here in the world of All Wrestling Matters. And ROEW is at the center of it, and I thought there could be no greater time than giving ROEW this special day on all Sportswire Radio platforms. Congratulations to all the talent on ROEW. That even includes the likes of the good guy CJ Black, the 7-star superstar, C Money, Alex Cross, my buddy Big Man Cam, Jason Storm, the Cyclone Jason Storm, of course, you and the board of directors, and certainly the legendary outsider, Jack Delta. You know I got my Jack Delta shirt, ROEW shirt on TeePublic. Get your new shirts. Get that new James Taylor shirt. Even Aaron Blaze, the newest talent of ROEW. Congratulations to everybody in the, even Monoxide. Congratulations to Monoxide on this award. I mean, everybody in ROEW is a part of this. Jacob Collins, who I know is on the shelf. We wish him, obviously, all the best, like he stated, and just congratulations to everybody, because what a week it has been for ROEW. This might be I'm going to say it, James Taylor, this might be the greatest week in ROEW history. Think about it. JX and Jack Delta. Some people are calling that the greatest match in backyard and underground wrestling history. Aaron Blaze and Jack Delta, for my money, was the best segment in all of backyard and underground wrestling in 2024. Not even close. And now we've got ROEW Day, and guess what? In 2 hours or so from now, the outsider Jack Delta, the champ, is here, and he's got a lot to say because he doesn't come on the Sportswire very often. The fact that he is here, he wants to address with what happened with Aaron Blaze. He wants to address Weekend Warfare. He wants to even talk the landscape of the backyard and the underground wrestling circuit. So you better be there for it. We'll probably have an intermission for an hour or so. And come back with us, because Jack Delta, the champion, is here, and we certainly want to make sure we give the champion all of our love, all of our support. And I'm also going to put it out here right now that Jack Delta and JX, that match, James Taylor, you're going to be seeing that match go into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame when Jack Delta is here. And why is that special, James Taylor? Because that is the first match officially in Sportswire Radio history in prime time, the brightest lights, the biggest stage, that goes into the Hall of Fame. And I couldn't think of two better people to go into that Hall of Fame for their match than Jack Delta and the matchmaker, JX. After all, he is the matchmaker, JX. And the
Well
fact that we
deserved.
get to see this match go into the Hall of Fame, I don't think I want to do a 15-minute ceremony, but the point is that this is the first of many matches that you're going to see across the backyard, the underground wrestling circuit that goes into the Hall of Fame. And you'll have that official presentation at midnight when Jack Delta makes his long-awaited return back home to Sportswire Radio. And James Taylor, it is so good to have you back here on Sportswire Radio. I don't know where we would have been these past couple of weeks, and it's been quite a night so far. We've had callers that want to decide that they want to come into ROEW. I mean, who knows what else is in store, but obviously I want you to have this, and congratulations, James, and thank you for all that you are doing for this support. Thank you for you and everybody at the board of directors, what they're doing for this sport. Thank you to all the talent, even those that may not agree with you. Thank you to all of you for everything that you are doing, and you guys all deserve it.
Amen. That's it. It's the fact that these guys are well deserved to have that match inducted into your Sportswire Hall of Fame. That's tremendous, and thank you for that. And I'm pretty sure Jack Delta will definitely be humbled by that. I know that he's got a lot to say. I talked to him the other day, and he's really frustrated. He's got a lot to get off his chest. And so, ladies and gentlemen, satisfaction is definitely going to be
tell you why
guaranteed
he's
when you hear
frustrated in
from
a
the
minute.
champion.
I'm going to put that footage up there, but I got a lot of comments I want to get to, so let me try to get to it.
I want to say, while you get to them comments real quick,
Sure.
that if you're happy right now and you're enjoying what you're seeing in ROEW, stay tuned, because it's really gonna. We're just getting started. Let's just say we just hit the interstate going northbound or southbound, whichever way. We're going in one direction, and we're going 120 miles an hour, and nothing's gonna stop us. Period.
Ain't no stopping us now. There's no now. I can't wait for
Don't
that
ruin
boy.
it.
I know, right? I could certainly ruin it. I hope I not ruin it. But obviously, I am so excited. What a great week in this world of wrestling. Just what a great... I can't stress it enough. The All Wrestling Matters Hardcore Championship unveiled by Jake Dvorak. We even had this Loose Cannon rap video that everybody's talking about. Loose Cannon's rap video. You know, I'm going to get to that, but I got a lot of people that want to say hello. Also, yep, we got that. Zilla says hello. Omen, I'll see you at Summer Bash. James, have that contract. I think we read that comment already. Wow, that Omen guy was really angry. Wait, that was me. Oops. I need to come back to ROEW. You know, Omen, you have a lot of history. I mean, boy, that'd be interesting. Yeah. You and Omen?
As much as like one of the dream matches, I'm not saying anything, but one dream match a lot of people want to see is me and Soldier. But as
Battle
much
of the
as me and
by the way,
Soldier
Soldier
would be,
did that stunner tonight. By the way, boy, did I see him do it? 1, 2, 3. He got
me. I think I fired him up to give a really good one, but I haven't seen it yet, so I'll stay tuned to that and I'll rate it later on. But real quick, I've never said it publicly, but I'm going to say it now. If there's any other guy that I really would like to have a match with one day, it would be Omen Black, because I would make him shine like $1 million fucking dollars, guaranteed.
Just like when you had that famous war with Jack Delta, just like when you had that famous war with the Nature Boy, the Woo Man himself, Gage Flair, with the Prophet Jaywell. I mean, you had a match with him, and he's the world champion. Look at all the people you've wrestled in your career. I mean, to me, it is legendary. You and Omen Black, I mean, you know, that would be a dream. I don't even know if it would be real, you and Omen Black. I mean, to me, the fact that match could happen, I mean, that would be one for the ages. I mean, and no better place in ROEW where it could happen.
I'm not accepting any matches before anybody gets all butthurt over it. I'm not accepting any matches. I'm not saying a match is happening right now, but the idea of it, just think about it and stew on it.
Well, that would be a dream scenario. We're all certainly hoping for it. Want to say hello to Lizzie, obviously from our Promo Wrestling Federation group. Preach it. Appreciate it, James. And I'll do the same for you. And Soldier said, did I hear my name?
Oh, you heard that name, and I hope that I ain't got to watch that match yet, and I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to rate your stunner. I sure hope you stunned the shit out of Justin Parsley. I like the kid, but I heard that you gave a pretty devastating stunner. Hey, by the way, real quick, Tom, would you mind going on my YouTube page and looking at that I said rate my stunner, and
Yeah.
I'm curious to know your rating or what everybody would rate it right now if they saw it. It's what 5-second clip.
Yeah,
Would
I
you
got it. Give me
mind?
1 second. Give me 1 second.
Okay, if you wouldn't
And
mind
I have
sharing
some
that.
comments from some of the peanut gallery, and we'll certainly come back to that in a second. By the way, cheap
Yeah,
plug.
I
You
forgot
want to follow James? You can do that here, and I think it's under the shorts. So give me one
under the
second.
shorts. Yep.
Yeah, I saw. Rate my Stone Cold. Okay, so we'll put it up here. I want to make sure I got the right one. Okay, here we go. I need my eyes to be checked.
And
Okay.
wait a minute, I want to slap to the
Here you
face.
go, soldier.
A stunner that just pissed him off. A stunner.
We'll watch it
Look
one
how
more
he
time.
flew.
And
Look
wait
how
a
he
minute,
flew.
I want to slap to the face. Oh, a stunner that just pissed him off. A stunner.
Can I?
That's how you do the stunner.
Stunner man
Period.
himself. And wait a minute.
So I'm gonna give you my rating. 5.1 because a 5-star rating. 5.1.
Thank you. Appreciate it. 5.1. There you go.
I could have gave it 9.95 to kind of quote one of the songs from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. You probably would have appreciated that, but I wouldn't have bound to the 5-star rating. I thought 5.1.
No, you can do it because there's people that's putting 8 out of 10, 10, and then I had
I try to go with the traditional 5. I know Copper Dragon's got the 7-star thing, you know.
Yeah.
C2K got a 5.3 one of his matches. So I mean Copper Dragon thinks highly of him. I mean, you know. But that's okay. There's no shade there.
4-way, man, that would be a match that's epic to the extreme.
To the extreme. Yeah, that would be to the extreme to kind of quote Vanilla Ice to the extreme there. Boy, we got some throwback references there. Bye.
I'm an old school guy. I'm sorry, Tom. You know
What?
Speaking of that, I need to address something. Well, like, you got comments, right? You got comments.
No, not really. Go for it.
Okay.
Because I'll transition after your comments to Blaze and Delta. So go ahead. Go for it.
You're good. So a certain individual, without dropping his name, sent me an invitation, and I had no idea who it was because I don't follow them. Apparently, they follow me, and asked me if I would be on their show. And I'm like, your show? You got a podcast? I'm like, who are you? And they're like, oh, well, yeah, it'd be great. I could.
Did I send you an invite to something you didn't know about?
So I'm like, have you done the show before? Would I be your first episode? Blah blah blah. And he's like, no, I've done it quite a bit, but I'll send you a link. And he sends me the link, and I find out who it was. I don't want to name drop them because it's just I don't know. But let me say this:
Are you sure it wasn't me?
no, it wasn't a guy named Tom, but it was somebody. Or at least he thinks he's a puppy dog or a wolf. And no offense, guy. No offense, but me being on your show wouldn't make sense. You being on my show wouldn't make sense. And the fact that you've had a lot of these guys get on here, and I've hardly said a word, but you've had a lot of these guys get on here and they've offered their help to you to try and convince you, or not really convince you, but to teach you what this business is all about. And I don't think you get it. I don't think you've ever gotten it. I don't think you will ever get it, because there's a difference between wanting to be a professional wrestler, a wrestler, period. But then there's also playing wrestler. And you, my friend, well, you, Mr. Wolf, you're just playing wrestler. And I really don't want to be that guy and just throw you under the bus, but you have not listened to what Tom and what any of these other guys have told you when it comes to training, if you're serious about this. But I can tell just by the little glimpse of what I saw you do recently, like, what was it, 2 or 3 days ago that you posted?
Yeah, I think we spoke about this yesterday.
You're playing wrestler, man. You're playing wrestler. You don't know what you're doing. You've got no business doing what you're doing. If you're serious, go find a wrestling school, pay the tab for it, get in there and pay your dues. Every guy who does this because they love it pays their dues.
We say it all the time. Hillbilly Tilly always said the line, wrestlers here, true yarders do it for the love of the sport. They do it for their blood, sweat, and tears. We say it all the time.
Guys like you, Wolf, and Loose Cannon, and to name a few, You guys are just playing wrestler because you just want the spout or the glory that you can think you're going to get from it. Oh, look at this cool thing I did. And it makes absolutely no sense. You can't talk. You can't deliver a promo. You don't have the it factor. I mean, you don't have nothing that lines up. You can't do nothing. You can't even do a podcast right. You need training, and people have offered it to you, and you're just shitting on them. So my advice to you is you need a backup and leave everybody alone. And just you need to really rethink what you're doing,
So
because you're going to
one
get
of my
somewhere or
buddies,
you're going to hurt somebody.
I think one of my friends, D Savage, who by the way was here Wednesday, and what a phenomenal match he had with D'Angelo the Flame. If you haven't seen Riot in the Ring Round 2, the NEW Underground Wrestling YouTube page, go out and see it. What a fantastic card. Justin Abelsane and Jake Dvorak. You had Doc Holliday and Rhea Silver. You had The Surge and Mickey Vargas. Some great matches. But he wants to obviously say who's the name, because he doesn't know who you're talking about. And he's obviously a respected
Silver
wrestler.
Wolf.
Oh, Silver.
Silver Puppy. I'm
He's
sorry.
He's the host of the Dark Den Hour. That would be the host.
Well, yeah, the Dark Den
Den.
or whatever
Dark
it's
Den.
called. I don't know. Apparently, I didn't know because his name was different. Ken.
Does anybody
D or something. I
remember
don't
the
know
rap
him.
group? Does anybody remember the rap group that Eminem had as a side project called D12? I think
Yes,
that's what
I
he should just
remember
called it. He should have just called it D12. It would have,
I guess so. But
remember that
I'm
song they had,
sorry,
like,
Silver
we're going
Wolf.
purple, we're
I'm
going
declining the
purple.
invitation. I'm not interested. I mean, you really would need to prove to me, and not really just me, but the peers that are on here that do this because we actually are passionate about it and love it. And you want a set example of what that passion is. Tom's about to show it here very shortly.
Boy,
That's passion.
Well,
You
before
go and you miss certain things. What?
before I get to passion, I got comment, and I got something else I do want to show. Omen wanted to confirm it's Silver Wolf, and also Sean Jovi wants to say Silver Wolf is the opposite of fine wine. He gets worse the longer you put up with him.
Yeah.
CJ Black wants to say Silver Wolf is better than 90% of XCW. I had XCW coverage Sunday. I mean, we had Brogan O'Shea here. I'm actually trying to give an olive branch, but I think some of it he's not wrong still on. So I think that there is still a lot of sentiment there. D'Angelo the Flame actually laughed and said, "Oh my God," about Silver Wolf. So I don't think he's going on to the Dark Den Hour, but I hope D'Angelo comes back to Sportswire. And Omen, for whatever reason, brings up Rob Slater, and the man I'm going to get to in a few minutes. I'm going to get to him in a few minutes. And it's the number one contender to the ROEW World Championship in his 19th promotion, but maybe the one company that's really where now he's about to make his mark. The headline, the main event, Aaron Blaze is here. And Darkron said that was a bold statement there. And by the way, D Savage loved my D12 reference. They had this video where they were like in purple. I'm going purple. Remember the video? You remember it? Yeah. You remember D12. You probably remember it.
Oh, yeah. I'm a big Eminem fan, believe it or not.
Did anybody hear the new Eminem single, Houdini? Did anybody hear it? Anybody?
Yeah. And I kind of almost want to do a parody of it. Not really a parody of it, but like use his track, the part where he goes, sometimes I wonder what the old me would say, and show a clip of my old self.
Well, speaking of parodies, I wanted to play it one more time for the audience because obviously it is out there. It is out there for the audience. We wanted to just for a few seconds, obviously, play it.
Go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the second time you're hearing it. If you missed it the first time, you get a chance to check him out.
Loose Cannon coming at you.
It's the 508. It's the Loose Cannon.
Let's go. 508. Yo, I grew up in Worcester all my life. Seen many good things and bad things happen in the city. The city's been through a lot. I've had a lot going on in my life. I've had a lot of people bullying me all my life.
I'll tell you.
I had a girl by my side for all my life. Past 30 years. I'm glad she's my life from the 508. 508's my life in different sports venues. TCU Center too. Finally, the biggest thing came to Worcester to make this place 508 good, strong. Worcester Woo Sox. When I'm there, the crowd goes wild. They scream, they yell, they crowd.
Scream and yell, get off my screen. You can't rap, you can't wrestle, you can't
Nobody
do
strikes out
anything
508.
other than
508 knows.
public. Just ask Silver Wolf.
We're the real deal.
Hey, this is really live right now.
Woo Sox. Woo Sox. Woo Sox is the greatest team of all time.
Okay, I'm about to have a panic attack watching
Prime
this.
time.
To the city,
Buddy, take a look now.
business is booming. All the
He
city
doesn't-
west is booming.
he doesn't
Because of
even
Pole
fit the
Park.
part.
Blue Sox came to town. They broke blocks.
Golly, this guy don't fit the part at all. I don't
I've
know what
seen a
the hell
lot.
he's thinking.
Like pie in the sky. Everything. Anniversaries. Proposals. Pole Park is the best. 508 for life. My 508. Ride or die.
508.
I love the
It ain't
508.
718.
What's
I can
508?
promise you
What's
that.
that?
Blue Sox.
You might need 911 every
Blue
year this night
Sox.
on your screen. Just
Blue
IMF.
Sox.
Don't even bring up what he did.
Blue
It's
Sox,
Cannon.
the greatest of all
It's gonna be
time.
the show for more Spencer.
Loose cannon.
How is he the greatest of all time?
Pole Park.
I think he's right up there with
Yes, sir.
Eminem. I think he's right up there with LL Cool J, Dr. Dre, Biggie. I think he's right up there. Lamar, Drake. Throw him in there. Who else?
Ride to
What?
the
Yeah,
die.
You know
we're
what?
mixing
It's
this
all
in
great.
with this too. Come on now. Yeah, the broski. Yeah,
I'm sorry, but if you wanted to watch something cringe,
we're
this
from the
is it.
508 home of the Sox. I'm from the hood, I'm toting the block. Me and my crew, we pull up on the block. The 508 can be dangerous, the city can be treacherous. All my people really reckless. We chasing for the necklace, yeah. You bums really teach us. We running from 12, they really chase us. My people caught a body, they laying lifeless. We in the 508 heart of the mass. You people raw fish, I swear that you're bass. I'm the one that's swimming with sharks. Y'all are dogs, all y'all is loud box. We are the home of the Blue Sox and the Whales too. The Pirates, they want a chip too. This is a 508, the hood don't play. Don't disrespect, we leave you where you lay. I'm trying to put the 508 on the map. Shout out to
We're
the
gonna
go
God of the
Don't worry
Woo.
about it. We're gonna go.
People
we're gonna
can't
go-
play
about to be
for the
sick.
fool.
I'm about to be
Leave a
sick.
body shot with the two. Pull up on someone, make it go boom.
Nuttier than Chinese chicken salad.
508.
This is what a cracker. You are such a cracker. You are such a white cracker. You are such a white cracker. You ain't going anywhere at
Please turn this garbage off.
Woo!
Please turn this crap
Till the
off.
day I die.
Tom, please quit torturing me. Turn this shit off.
Loose
It's
cannon.
almost over. It's almost
That's
over.
how we do
I
with the
can show you it's
508.
almost over.
We ride till you die. Till we
How
die.
many views is
We
this guy?
out.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot. It's like almost 500.
508.
Represent.
Die.
How many likes
ever-
does it got?
We'll put it back. Well, I'll show you how many right now. Yeah. So we'll come back to the comments. People are still trying to figure out what the heck did they just watch, but I'll tell you how many
You
it has
watched
right
a bunch
now.
of trash. That's what you watched.
Well, what would be worse, a loose cannon match or a Silver Wolf match and a loose cannon rap video? If you had a triple threat, what would they be?
I hate to admit it, but at least Loose Cannon took a couple of bumps.
369 views. It's got officially
And
369
it got 2 likes.
and 9 comments. To the guy in the red hoodie, you should consider asking your physician if you're on the spectrum, my friend. I don't know what that is. I'm not even gonna repeat it. Yo, no offense, my brother, but perhaps delve into a different hobby such as hiking, biking, arts and craft, perhaps working out. I don't know, man, but I'm afraid rap is not your forte. This caused my CTE to flare up. Now I have 42 minutes and 33 seconds left to live. So thanks. Oh my God, your mom's alive. I thought she passed away. Remember, you took a week off work to take care of all the arrangements. And he goes, "Do I know you? Who are you? Can't believe you lied about something like that." Yep.
How long is that video?
4 minutes and 42 seconds.
Well, 4 minutes and 42 seconds of my
That life you
listening
couldn't get back,
skills,
right?
My life is it's why? Why is he? Never mind.
Well, I'm going to get to comments before I come back to what I really want to talk about is Aaron Blaze and Jack Delta. But let me run through the Peanut Gallery's funny comments here. Okay, let's come back to them here. Okay, let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. D Savage like my D12 reference. Yes, congratulations. Thank you, Zilla. Purple Pills. Yeah, was it D12 song Purple Pills? And I know my band. Yeah, there you go. Somebody knew D12. That's why D'Angelo Flame's the real raw energy. Omen called this a masterpiece, by the way. Omen loved it, by the way. He loved it. Aaron Blaze has so many questions. I don't know if we have enough time. I don't know if we have enough time to answer them. My ears are melting. That reminds me of what was the line in Batman where Jack Napier's character was, "I'm melting, I melt." Remember the line, "Axis Chemicals"? That's Sean Dovey. There you go. Don't worry, Aaron. I'll answer your main question. He's taking bookings. Is he really taking bookings? So where can we book him? You better not tell me he's coming to ROEW.
Hell no. Uninvited.
I had to do my journalistic due diligence. What the hell am I watching? Good question.
Garbage.
I don't know what's a bigger run, my XCW run or this shit. I'm gonna say this only because in XCW at least you had some matches on TV with a little bit of a bigger audience. I suppose. D Savage said, "I'm mildly retarded after experiencing this." Would that be like a symptoms of like when you watch this video? Would they have like remember like when you like take medicine and there's like those side effects? Would the side effects of watching the Loose Cannon 508 video be symptoms of being mildly retarded afterwards? I guess.
I want IMF to bring back the infamous Loose Cannon versus
was it Freddie Daniels
match.
They had like 2,000 views. It was like going up viral. I mean, it was like one of the biggest matches in IMF history. Why do you think they took it off the screen? I mean, can we buy that match back? Now, would there be a way to buy that match? I mean, what would the cost be of it?
I'll post it on the PWF page.
We'll watch it on the PWF page. We'll watch it.
We'll put it unlisted, and it's like a secret. It's a secret thing where only if you really want to watch it.
We'll put it on the PWF YouTube page, and then we'll watch it here live on Sportswire. What in the hell? I think that's pretty much the line I would pretty much say. Pretty much sums it up, Mr. Allen. How you doing? Wait, am I supposed to hate this song? Forget Ugly. This is my new theme song. Yeah, could be.
Okay.
Oh man, I'd rather retire than book this dude for anything in Loose Cannon. D Savage, this is what ISIS is playing to torture people. Is that still such a thing? Do they still do that?
I have no idea.
I don't even want to get into that. I did 7 months doing a radio show covering politics. I did it from October to about February of this year, and I'm going to basically say I'm going to stay off that for a little while. But this is a funny one. We should maybe come up with this on Sportswire. If there was a dark side of the yard, Loose Cannon needs to be in an episode. We should do that. I would like to see him, like, if anybody's seen Who Killed WCW, where all like Bret Hart does is like blame everybody and call them idiots. I think like Loose Cannon should just be like in that spot and just calling everybody like idiots. He should be like the Bret Hart of Darks, like the Who Killed WCW. Dibs on the pink shirt granny. Yeah, I'm gonna say that might
CJ, you need to focus more on the good guy gossip because you're about to have the biggest interview of your life.
I'm getting to that. And dibs on the pink shirt granny. Yeah. He called off work for his mom's funeral to film this video and had his mom in. Yeah, we showed that on the screen. I still couldn't believe that he actually did that. I don't even I guess because in real life, my job, I'm a notary public. I'm a commissioner of deeds. So like by law, I actually can't lie. So it's funny for me that I see people doing it like Loose Cannon. We talked about that, last month with the cancer thing and now this. And CJ, she's dead. Well, but would the corpse still be alive? Can you get still like remnants of the body, or it's in the cemetery, or if it's maybe in the I don't know, whatever they did to it, who knows? Aaron Blaze put the dead emoji. No, she ain't Omen. Okay, whatever, it doesn't make a difference. I don't think I'm gonna let anybody go after that one, but whoever may want to. I don't even know who this is, so you're saying there's a chance. Wait a minute, I thought CJ Black was going for Austin G's girlfriend. Oh!
Are you saying there's a chance? That's a reference to a movie right there, by the way.
Yeah, and I was saying I thought CJ Black had a chance with Austin G's girlfriend. Oh! He'll never come back on Sportswire. That's okay. Let's say hello to the cat. Put the cat on the screen. Put the cat on the screen.
Everybody, hello to Rhea.
So does Rhea get like 20% of like?
She's like Rhea Ripley. Look at the black lipstick. You see, she's just ready to go.
I'm sure there's a Buddy Matthews or two out there that'll I'm sure want Rhea. Does Rhea now own a portion of ROEW? Does she get a portion of your company? Should something happen?
She's the account manager. So she pays all the stuff. She
Ah.
pays the superstars their checks.
Smart
Yeah.
one. I wish I had that in real life because unfortunately people just go for my bank account, but that's a different conversation. He's always lying. If talking, he's lying. All boo-boo, all boo-hoo, your song sucks. Meaning loose, I think, to CJ. Thank you, Zilla. This is a deleted scene from The Ringer. Tupac is rolling in his grave. Yeah, I think Tupac and Biggie and a lot of them, Eazy-E and they're all rolling in their grave for sure. Absolutely. That's almost 5 minutes of my life wasted. That's what you said pretty much. So his rap name will be Little Cannon. How about Lil C? Lil C here? There was Little Kim. And Freddie Daniels wants to say, why do you want that match so bad? So Freddie Daniels in
because that's very entertaining. You were going to kick his ass. I saw it. And Freddie Daniels, I'm a fan of you. And to see what you overcame with him, you carried him in that match.
Okay. Well, I mean, the simple answer would be it has a lot of views, and if somebody owns the in their library, it'll get more views. That would be my business answer.
Do what?
Jacob Collins, by the way, says that he thanks Rhea because he noticed his pay has been higher. I guess he got insurance pay or severance pay because of his injury. Is that what he's telling us right now?
Yeah, it might be what he's talking about.
Very progressive of you, James Taylor. Very progressive. Protecting your wrestlers in terms of medical pay and sick leave and all that stuff. Yeah, very progressive. Yes, very progressive. I'm not saying I'm a progressive or not. I'm not going to touch any of that for or worse, but that would some would say about you. I want to say hello to one of my buddies, Mr. Ace Reed of the Wired Up podcast. And Ace has got actually something to say in the next week or so on Sportswire. He'll be here. And he says, good day to you as well. Listen, it was Make-A-Wish we did for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Duly noted. Okay, I think now it's time to come back for the remaining time of the show. And what I have been wanting to talk about for a while, because I want to put it up here on the screen. And I want to come back to it because he's here, Aaron Blaze, and Jack Delta is going to be here in a little while. And that is obviously the segment that I think was the best segment in backyard and underground wrestling so far in 2024. And you see it here on the screen. I'm going to put it actually up in a little bit of a bigger format. There you go. And James Taylor, I mean, just this is how you make an entrance. This is how, to me, James Taylor, this reminds me almost of like Chris Jericho when he came to WWF in 1999 and he cut off The Rock, and just how what a way to debut in a company. Or I think about a few years ago and Bryan Danielson in AEW. And, this is just to me one of those in backyard, and I'm going to say it, in backyard and underground wrestling history that we're going to remember. The way this is how you make an entrance. This is how you become a headline. This is how you become a main event. And I'm talking about none other than Aaron Blaze. I'm so excited about this. And CJ Black, he's got the duties of hosting a good guy gossip with these two guys.
Exactly. And that's what's going to make it damn sure interesting, is to see what CJ Black is going to ask them. And CJ Black, if you're hearing me, I know you're still in here. Don't be a smart ass. Be yourself, but ask professional questions, because this is going to be a thing for you to do. That's going to come on. Just do it. Get them talking. Get them wild up. Get them ready for this main event.
I'm curious about this. We'll take the volume off shortly. We'll let people see it. But this seemed to be personal between these two. And you've obviously been in a locker room with Jack Delta. You have shared a locker room with some guys, and you've had that personal animosity. We've seen it play out on this screen and on this platform here over the past year and a half. Do you feel in a lot of ways that it's a rivalry, that it's personal? Because in many ways, these are the two guys. These are the two guys that have gone out there consistently year after year, have traveled. Between these two men alone, there is nobody that has really come close to have walked in the amount of miles that these men have done in the backyard in the underground wrestling circuit. Sure, D'Angelo the Flame is certainly giving these guys a run for their money this year. Omen and Soldier did it last year, but there is really, for my money, and again, somebody can quote me on this, nobody has even come close to the amount of miles that these men have walked in the backyard in the underground circuit. Is that why it's that personal, you think?
To me, it's they've both been traveling for the past 2, maybe 3 years
I think it's even
apiece.
more. Yeah, definitely.
Maybe,
Jackson
maybe
longer.
4. Who knows? Maybe
Jackson
4.
a
I
lot
think
longer.
Blaze said something about 20, but let's think about that. This is a matchup that is, let's just say, 3 years in the making.
Yes,
A
correct. That's
matchup
correct.
that we didn't even know we wanted to see. A matchup that nobody knew would even happen. But the stars have aligned, Tom, and both men in their paths very similar. I think in a way, Jack Delta got more I dare I say it, Jack Delta got more of the experience than Aaron Blaze. He's had more of the bigger match types. I mean, he's faced me. I've never faced Aaron Blaze. Nothing against Aaron Blaze. This is going to be the first in my eyes. I
Hey,
could be
listen, Jack
wrong.
Delta faced Chase Wakefield. Chase Wakefield was here. Jack Delta wrestled Chase Wakefield about, I think, 3.5 months ago. That's one of Chase Wakefield's last matches. Chase Wakefield's been very successful out there as well. Regardless of what you think of Chase Wakefield, he's wrestled them. We talked about the Wu Man Gage Flair. Jack Delta was in ESW. We've talked a lot about that over the past few weeks. I mean, we've seen Jack Delta have a face-off with our Hulk Hogan in the backyard in the underground wrestling circuit in Ledger Shade. I mean, I love Aaron Blaze dearly. I'm going to say
great. He's
I
great.
love Aaron Blaze. I've gotten to know Aaron Blaze really through his run in XCW.
Look,
And
I'm from the South too. Okay. And Aaron Blaze, no offense to him, Tom, and I think you're going to see it. His little run that he had down south in Tennessee, nothing. He's
well, Jack
where he
Delta was
needs to
hinting at
be.
that. Jack Delta was hinting at the fact that, Aaron Blaze has been this, big fish in small ponds and gone to places that, most people really don't think much of. It's now that Aaron Blaze is going to a place that is really where he belongs. I mean, with all due respect to the run in XCW, it was what it was. I mean, I
And,
love UWA dearly, but this is ROEW. I mean, this is
yeah,
really where.
this ain't UWA. No offense, but this is where you want to be. And I think he made the right decision to come here. And him being in ROEW, this is just going to skyrocket his career. Win, lose, or draw in his match with Jack Delta, these two are going to put on a great match. You thought him and JX was great. Just wait till you see Aaron Blaze and Jack Delta. I think they're going to tear the house down.
Let me ask you, though, this question, and I don't mean to play devil's advocate. Aaron Blaze, I love Aaron Blaze dearly. I mean, I really admire Aaron Blaze for everything that he's done. People don't know what this young man has done for this sport. I think he gets a bad reputation. I think people misunderstand Aaron Blaze. I think even friends of this platform that come on this show regularly misunderstand Aaron Blaze. But can Aaron Blaze, you think, hang with the Jack Delta? I mean, Aaron Blaze, he hasn't faced a guy like Jack Delta before.
That's right.
What do you think
You're
on that?
absolutely right. He's not faced a guy like Jack Delta. Aaron Blaze he's still learning. Hell, Jack
He's
Delta's still
19 years
learning.
old.
But
He's 19. You have to look at
that
it from
goes back to what I said. It's the inexperience. Yes, he's got 6 years, but I mean, Aaron Blaze, this is going to be a true test for him and his in-ring skills to see if he really can hang with the names of the likes of Jack Delta or anybody else.
But I think that's a legitimate question that people have because, again, I love UWA. But, the talent there, it doesn't quite ring the same way it does here in ROEW right now. The production, the layout, the video. This is no shade at UWA. I know that there's people that have their opinions for and against, but UWA is not ROEW. I'm going to say it right now. XCW is nowhere near in the same league as ROEW. Aaron Blaze now has come to the big leagues. Aaron Blaze finally now is in a place that, you know what? This is where he should be all this time. This is a place that now we can see him and not wrestle guys on a mat, wrestle guys on a floor. And again, love everything he's done with that young man's journey. I mean, I could not walk in a tenth of his shoes and not even relate. But I feel like now for the first time, he's in the big leagues And Jack Delta has squared off and gone mano a mano with some of the greatest wrestlers in this generation. You have been one of them. And there's going to be a lot of doubts. Can Aaron Blaze hang in a ring with a guy like Jack Delta, who's just coming off maybe the greatest match in the backyard in the underground wrestling history, and that match is going into the Hall of Fame? I mean, that's a lot there.
It is. It is a lot. This is going to be a true test for him. No offense to you, Aaron, but down there in UWA and all the other shit that you were going through down in
I mean, he's
Tennessee
been
and
in
even
places that he better.
XCW.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. He's been to places where the video editing is kind of mid. There's no referees. You know, this is no shade. There's no refereeing. You know, it's what it was.
They didn't even have microphones. Look what he's using right there in my ring.
He's in a professional ring, practically, with professional talent, in a platform that now is being heard in the masses. This is where Aaron Blaze should be. This is where Aaron Blaze should be 24/7. You know, I want to say it, James, because I know Jack's going to be here at midnight. But I want to say it first. I want to fire the first salvo on this. Aaron Blaze, I know, is a busy man. He has been in so many places, and I love Aaron Blaze dearly. This is not a shade. I actually love the guys in UW. They have been absolutely, to me, I have nothing against them. No issues. We're going to have some of the guys come back on. Love what they're doing. They've been very, very appreciative, and they've been very supportive. But I want to see this, James. I want to be objective. I want to see, you're going to probably like what I say, though. I want to see it that Aaron Blaze makes his home permanently in ROEW alongside Jack Delta. Here's why. You know, think about this. ROEW is on the verge of greatness. ROEW now has got 700 plus subscribers. We talked about it when Jack Delta was here weeks ago, that he had an opportunity to do something in his career that he has not been able to do, which is help build a company and stay there and be able to grow it. Aaron Blaze has done a lot of great things in his own company, YBW. I mean, I love what he's doing. He's got the spirit. He has been one of these guys that has been a founding father of all wrestling matters. But I want to see Aaron Blaze make his home in ROEW, because we can see him have matches regularly with Jack Delta. Not just one match, maybe a best out of 5, best out of 7. We could see him square off with the good guy CJ Black regularly. How about Jason Storm? How about the matchmaker JX? I mean, I'll even say it. How about him and C Money? C Money's put on a hell of a run of matches over these past few months. You got guys
Jacob
like
Collins.
Jacob Collins,
Big Man Cam.
Jacob Collins was the CBW champion. Big Man Cam might have the biggest following of anybody outside of you in the backyard in the underground wrestling circuit. He's a TikTok influencer. How about that match? That would be like Bret Hart and Diesel. That'd be like Bret Hart and Undertaker. You've got Monoxide, Alex Cross. This is where Aaron Blaze could make a home. He could make a name for himself permanently, and we could build ROEW as a company that this could be a place that goes right alongside the likes with the companies with the big subscriber numbers, like TBW, like NEW, like IMF, like UWF, the Underground Wrestling Federation over there that Jake Dvorak's going to on the hardcore side of it. You know, we could see him go up there. You know, he talks about his XCW run. Well, we can really make ROEW subs go so much up to the fact that he's there regularly that we can see ROEW surpass XCW in subs. We can do that pretty easily if he's here. I mean, you think about all the companies that he's been a part of. We can have ROEW alongside TF Crew. Jabe Sayers in the house. TF Crew's got 2,000 plus subscribers. I really think that if Aaron Blaze made his home in ROEW alongside Jack Delta, ROEW will be a permanent bunker alongside those great companies, TBW, IMF, TF Crew, also UWF, also great companies out there that XCW, if you want to call it a company, according to some. The facts are is that this is where we can see ROEW become a company that's right up there with all those big boys and heavy hitters like NEW, IMF, TF Crew, TBW, your former company. I mean, the list goes on, and that's all I got to say.
Well, I mean, you're absolutely right, and that's why you're going to see a match to this caliber of Aaron Blaze versus Jack Delta. It's going to be a test for both guys. It's mainly going to be a test for Aaron because not only is we're going to see if he can hang with a guy with the caliber of Jack Delta, but we're also going to see if he can actually dethrone him and win that ROEW World Heavyweight Championship because he says he's going to, but the question is he going to? Or is he going to keep us with a memory that was a really great match, even if he came up short, you know?
So what's your expectations here in this match? Because obviously you're going to wrap up and I need to go on an intermission because I got to get my voice ready for
You're good.
Mr.
You're
Delta
good.
himself.
Yeah. My honest to God thoughts on this. It's going to be a great match. I'm pulling for both guys. I know they're not going to disappoint. Look at the passion. Look at that passion. He's showing the bumps. I know that he was fired up right there, and I remember just listening to him getting right in Jack's face. As believable as it is, I have to pull and go for Jack Delta. My money is on Jack Delta to come out the victor in this match. And the reason being is because of who Jack Delta is. He's paved his way to where he is
Is it
today.
also because Jack Delta has the pressure that he has said that if he loses the ROEW title, he's done?
Yeah, that too. And I could be very wrong. I mean, I could be wrong. Aaron Blaze could be coming out of nowhere, coming to this match.
He's got a lot to
120
prove. Like
miles an
he's
hour.
got a lot of motivation right now.
He doesn't really have anything to lose. He has everything to gain in this match. The only thing Delta has to lose, if anything, every match that Delta's about to go into, and you could quote me on this when you talk to him later on tonight and tell him I said this, but I think every match is an end of an era match for him. It's going to be the end of his career once he's done. It's like a career match. So is Aaron Blaze going to be the one to put Jack Delta on the shelf? Not only become the ROEW World Champion in his first match, mind you, but put Jack Delta in retirement? Do you think he could do it? I don't know.
I think it's a good question. I think that's obviously something that a lot of people would like to know. I think that's why there's so many questions about this match. And it's a match that you're only going to see in ROEW. And if you want to follow ROEW, you can go to ROEW Backyard Wrestling and make sure you support them on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. And we see Aaron Blaze here really, to me, having, I think, the most important segment of his career right now. He's had the segment that I think that people have been waiting for from him for 6 years. And he did more here in 10 minutes than he's done, I'll be honest, in the 6 years, and he's done a lot, but this is now where he's on the big stage.
Yeah, he's in the biggest moment of his life right now. Look at him. He's holding the greatest title, the most prestigious title in all of Underground
we have
Backyard
that prestige
Wrestling
tournament also. And let me get to some comments here because I know you got to run, and I want to bring somebody on for 2 minutes, a usual suspect who wants to have his say, but he's getting 2 minutes because I know you have to run because you have a board of directors meeting to get to, and I have an intermission to go to with, obviously, before Jack Delta.
I got a board of directors meeting I got to
go
to.
Board of directors meeting. We want to make sure you stay that. He paid you? Yeah. Okay. Yes, sir. I'll be very professional, sir. I won't even come out dancing. He'll be himself a smartass, and I'll be myself, keeping that trailblazing energy, being straight up and going straight up to the top. Zilla, you're behind on the broadcast. Just keep. Okay, let's go. Obviously, Gabe Sayers. Want to say hello to Mr. Gabe Sayers. Gabe obviously is the owner of the TF Crew, and he was also very successful in NEW's Riot in the Ring round 2. He'll be there in round 3 next Friday. That's why I gave NEW a very nice plug in TF Crew. By the way, 2,000 subscribers they just hit, and NEW is about to hit 2,000. Speaking of people who advanced in the Riot in the Ring, Mr. Doc Holiday, who I keep saying, you have to come on this platform, Doc Holiday. When am I getting you on this platform? That's for sure. How tall is Jack Delta? Is Jack Delta what, 6'3"? Like 6'3"?
He's like 6'2".
6'2", 6'3". Okay, all right. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else you want to add on ROEW before I let this usual suspect get his 2 minutes in? Because he's getting no more than 2.
Like I said, you love ROEW now. In this match, this highly anticipated match that we're about to get with Aaron Blaze and Jack Delta, that's great. Keep watching because it's only going to get better and better because I've got so many plans, Tom, and I've already got a new idea that's happening right now. Not only did I create a new championship, but there's something else on the horizon, so stay tuned to that.
Something else on the horizon there, boy. something else on the horizon. Boy, that's certainly interesting.
Follow us, ROEW, on Instagram, ROEW Instagram page, on TikTok. Blow it up, because I promise you're going to see all the greatest clips on there. And go follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. We're looking to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we're going to have a special episode. So stay tuned to that. When
And
we
Face
hit
Off
1,000
upcoming,
subscribers.
we're going to see the good guy gossip return with Aaron Blaze, the #1 contender to the ROEW title, with Jack Delta. You're also going to see Jason Storm in action, who wants to take the DKW title and make it the ROEW Midwest title, but he's here. You got a few minutes, Anthony, because James has a board of directors meeting. So it's ROEW coverage. He's obviously giving you a couple of minutes. It's good to see you here, but you've got the floor, and tell us what's on your mind, and I'm going to go short and shotgun to you here.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I ain't spoke to you in a while. It was good to see your face back here.
Is it?
You know, it really is. Wouldn't be the same without James Taylor and Anthony Steele going at each other on an episode of Sportzwire.
Well, what can I do for you?
Just checking in,
man.
Did
you come on here to talk to me, or did you come on here to talk to Tom?
Came on here to talk to you, buddy. You know, just seeing how you are.
That's it? You wasting my time with that? I mean, you don't want to just talk? I mean, you don't got something you want to
let me try to help Anthony out. So, Anthony, I'm sure you haven't been following, but there were guys like Chase Wakefield, Andrew Lovelace, that they talked about the fact that they were interested in coming into ROEW. Darkron also mentioned his interest. Are you calling here asking for an opportunity to come into ROEW? Because obviously James is the owner, and I know obviously a couple of weeks ago, you know, you and him went back and forth, but James is in his position of the owner of the company. Are you interested in potentially coming into ROEW? Is that why you're here? Kind of like how we had guys like Chase Wakefield, guys like Andrew Lovelace, and even guys like Darkron in the chat talk about that they wanted to be here alongside Rob Slater of XCW. And man, you were in the same company with once upon a time.
See, I don't have to ask. I'll just tell them I'm coming. That's the difference. I'm not going to ask you. I'm going to show up.
You're going to show up.
I'm going to show up.
But
show up, show out.
I didn't invite you yet. I mean, what would you want to come
all it takes is one call to the board of directors. The board of directors.
So I guess, are you mean to tell me that you're seeing the tea leaves that ROEW is, you know, the place you should call, you know, your home is a bunker? You know, I know you got this whole thing going on at Resurrection with Ronnie Brady, the West Memphis Kid, but, you know, the tea leaves seem to be that ROEW is the place to be. Aaron Blaze has shown up there. Jack Delta's made it a home. Jason Storm's got the DKW title he's holding hostage. And it seems to me like more and more stars, I think, are going to decide to play in ROEW's backyard. And it seems to me like ROEW is a company that I think is going to be side by side with companies like TBW, NEW, TF Crew, UWF, IMF, and maybe even surpass that company you used to work for once upon a time called XCW.
Oh, that's not hard.
I'm reserving judgment on that because I have Julian Jacobs Sunday, and I'm really trying.
I will say this. I'll say this. ROEW's giving great matches, literally instant classics. Jack Delta's world champion. You know, you got a main event caliber holding your world title.
Mm-hmm.
You got Aaron Blaze. You know,
let me go on that comment you said a few minutes ago, Anthony. You said I could just call the board of directors. I outshine the board of directors. I have the final say so because it's my company. So as far as you coming, I'm not saying yes, I'm not saying no. It's the fact that you can't deny the fact that you and me don't like each other. And I guess that's just how it's always going to be in this business. I know you're just trying to find the way to get to that third match, because in that third match, you know that I will beat the hell out of you, period. If there's any passion in this business between, I don't care about Aaron Blaze and Jack Delta at this point, because just you coming on here is ruffling my feathers and I don't like it. So you come on here with your smart ass
am I getting under your skin?
You coming on here with your smart ass self. I'm wearing the black, you're wearing the white, you're full of color.
Hold on, I got you.
People are lining up to talk to me and come to my company and not come to you and talk to you and your company. Anyways, it's about time for me to go, Tom.
All right,
all right, buddy. Let's go.
It's been a hell of a time. I don't have no
James.
replica belts to play with right now.
You know, hey,
I'm
no,
talking
no,
about
no.
real
This is the
championships.
thing. I'm rebuttaling against you. You know, the way I look me and you as it's like Stone Cold and The Rock. You know,
So
you're the
Mr.
guy that
Hollywood,
wants to
right?
go balls
Mr.
to the
Hollywood.
You know,
walls.
I gotta cut you off very quickly because I know James got closing notes, but I want to get to two people in particular because now tonight seems to be all about ROEW becoming the bunker for open borders, open collaboration. I got two pretty big names, by the way, James, that might want to obviously get in touch with you before we sign off and say sayonara. That's D'Angelo the Flame, who just defeated D Savage in a match that I think is pound for pound right up there with Jack Delta and JX, match of the year candidate. And he put his eyeballs there. And maybe you want to see D'Angelo the Flame in ROEW. He showed up in everywhere else. And then how about this guy, Gabe Sayers, who only wrestled Grimm in GTS? Oh, by the way, only has like 1.4 million plus subscribers on YouTube.
Gabe, call me. Call me. I can't get in contact with you because I don't know where you're at.
I'll give Gabe your information. I'll handle that. I'll handle that. But these two men obviously want to, before they sign off, to say that they want a shot ROEW. James, at this point, you might have so many people come in there. You got to almost be careful. You're not going to be Eric Bischoff in WCW. You got every big name right now in this sport.
See, I know what I'm doing. These other companies don't.
So, okay, so you're going to use, but the point is Rob Slater wants a piece right now. Andrew Lovelace, pro wrestler, wants a piece. Chase Wakefield wants a piece. Anthony Steele has basically declared he's walking in and you can't stop him. D'Angelo the Flame now says he wants a piece. Gabe Sayers, a man that's got thousands upon thousands of followers, devoted followers, the man that runs his own promotion. I mean, he's basically saying, message him after we're off the air. So, I mean, and Omen Black even said he still wants to return to ROEW. I mean, you literally might have a roster problem right now. I'm telling you, you better not become Eric Bischoff did in WCW. You certainly don't want to be like Vince Russo. That's even worse.
Oh,
and how about and D Savage, by the way? I did even more comment before we go. D Savage now says, you know what? I contacted James Taylor and he wants a rematch with D'Angelo the Flame. And he's even saying, why not an ROEW? How about that? And he's an NEW guy. Sean Jovi's even now put it out there. I'm down for a road trip to ROEW. Just got to find a weekend. I mean, James Taylor, at this point, you literally, your phone is going to be blowing up tonight because you've got, what, 8, 9 guys now that all of a sudden want to join ROEW? And that's not even counting Anthony Steele just saying, I'm walking right in.
But apparently to a lot of these other guys that don't like me, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm doing. It seems that I do. So I
seems
You're
like
dog
it,
shit, son.
All right, so let's get to closing thoughts because Anthony, I'm going to give you the floor first because James obviously has a board of directors meeting in a couple of minutes.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to finish what I was saying.
Go for it. I gave you.
You know, they call you the Stone Cold knockoff, James, and I just thought, what better way to represent our feud than with this? Because this is what I think of when I see me and you. You know, you're the Stone Cold guy. You're the one that's against authority, does what he wants, whenever the fuck he wants, because you're James Taylor, right? See, I look at myself as The Rock.
Yeah, you're a corporate sellout, right?
To say smacking you and tell you it'll be a fun time.
Yeah,
it'd be a very fun time.
And anytime we've ever met, I've kicked your ass, just like Austin did The Rock for 5+ years. He always kicked The Rock's ass.
I look right now. It's 1-1, and don't let me let you forget that we still have that contract signing live on Sportswire. That the next time you step foot in the ring with me, if you lose, you're dunzo, bunzo. You're gone.
We'll see about that.
And I can't wait. I can't wait to have the title. The guy to bring James Taylor back, but the guy to also retire James Taylor for good. I love that. I love that.
Well, I'll give my final thoughts because I've got to go. Tom, it's been a pleasure, and I really appreciate
Thank
you.
Thank you, James. We'll see you, Anthony. It's good to be with you once again. What's the other team before you go? Because I'm going to.
Anthony, you're always going to be a big piece of trash, like Austin would tell The Rock. I'm always going to be that much better than you, like Austin was to The Rock. And as great as you think you are, just remember that I'm always going to be 2 steps ahead of you, so you can sign whatever little bullshit contract you want. At the end of the day, you will know that my name is the Nemesis James Taylor, that I back up every word I say. And no matter how many matches you have in your career, the greatest match in your career will always be you versus me, period. And that's with anybody.
Ooh. Well, you know what? We'll have to find all of that out. And before we go, I want to say, obviously, could we see maybe potentially D'Angelo Flame and Gabe Sayers? That could happen maybe in the Riot in the Ring, guys. That could happen in the finals of the Riot in the Ring. Stay tuned for that next week's show. NEW
Hey,
Underground
I mean, I
Wrestling.
also extended the invite out, Gabe, of the
There you
Revenge
go.
Rumble.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you, everybody. And also, we're going to be here 12 o'clock with Jack Delta. So we're going to go now. Jack Delta at midnight. Come back with us. And Jack Delta is going to talk about some of the things we said tonight. Thank you, everybody. Yes, Zilla, 12 o'clock. So we're going to take an intermission because I got to take a break. James is going to go. Anthony, I'm sure, will be lurking somewhere.